Yo guys, so I just wanted to make a beginner mistake video. I just want to go over the mistakes I made when I first started, just so you guys don't have to go through the same things. And also too, I feel like I haven't made one of these videos in forever, like a kind of like tutorial beginner video. So just wanted to give you guys one of these. Like and subscribe too really quick if you guys haven't yet. And yeah, comment some stuff. Tell me what's up. Tell me how your day's going. I'll try to reply. Also, too, there's a lot of people who are really bummed because I don't reply to my DMs, and I'm sorry. I have like 100 DMs right now. I just had a couple people who are really bummed on it. I replied to them, and they were like, I don't know, they were like hurt, and I replied, and they were like chilling afterwards. But it's just like, I'm sorry if I don't have time. I try to reply like when I have time, like to like the top 5 or 6 who are in my DMs. So I'm sorry if you guys keep contacting me. Sooner or later, I might be able to. It just depends who's on top, honestly. I don't go and scroll through them. You know what I mean? But anyways, let's get into it really quick. So yeah, number one is not understanding condition, because condition is literally the most important thing about cards, I think personally. Like, the easy point or the easy thing to understand is how much a card is worth or whatever, but actually understanding its condition is like its own like nuanced deep thing. And I feel like when I first started, I looked past that like super hard. I always knew like, oh yeah, condition's important and all that stuff, but I never knew how important it really was. But honestly, condition is everything. You can even ask Van bought a bunch of cards where he first started. Like when he first started, they were like dollar cards back then, but now if he had them in good condition, because they're like his are like MP or like all right, but if he had them in like mega pristine condition, he would have like 20 times his profit, you know. So yeah, and just to give you guys a perspective too, let's see, PSA 10, a lot of PSA 10s go for double PSA 9s. Just give you a perspective, like not double, but I'm talking like, I mean, $400 card in a PSA 9 might be worth, yeah, pretty much double, like 800, 900. It makes a really big difference. And then even 8s and 9s, the difference is like a couple $100 in like higher end cards, like not super higher end cards, but like, you know, like high end-ish cards, more expensive cards. But yeah, and then even one more example that I have is Evolution's Charizard creased. I sold one creased actually for $30. I got it for 10 and I sold it for 30. But it also had a pinhole in it, but it was 30. But like a clean one will go for 160. Like that's $130 difference. So yeah, guys, that is the number one thing, is just always start looking at condition, and then start basing your judgment of a card by the condition as soon as you can. It's just a really good habit to get into, pretty much, because once you just start doing it, you can't stop. It's like inevitable. And so I'm gonna start organizing cards while we're talking too, honestly. Yeah, we're just gonna make it chill because I need to organize some cards. Knock out 2 birds, 1 stone, you know? But so yeah, guys, that is the number one tip I would say, because it'll bite you later if you start collecting cards, then you realize that they're creased, or then you realize, oh, like this is so worn down, or there's so many scratches on it, and it just hurts, you know? You know what I mean? It just like hurts when you're like, oh, I have this card, and then you start understanding condition, and you're like, oh, I have this card, but it sucks. But yeah, so that is one of the most important, I would say. I know a lot of you guys already know that, but anyways, on to the next one is here I have a list. Not understanding grading. So when I say that, it goes hand in hand with condition, honestly. But what I mean by that is basically, I'm just going to tell you my story of why I'm bummed on it. But basically, I had binders, like I bought binders from this dude, and I had binders of really good cards. They weren't crazy cards, but I had like a bunch of evolutions with like stamps and stuff, and they were actually really clean. And I sold all that binder. Like I sold them all these cards for like their raw price, and I didn't consider the graded price. And so it's just an interesting thing to think about. But with my example too, here's a really good example, is I had an Electabuzz, first edition Electabuzz. I still think about it sometimes. Van and Bex used to roast me for it because I bought this whole Electabuzz collection, but that's an aside. But I had a first edition Electabuzz. It was so clean. It was probably one of the cleanest cards I've ever seen because homie was literally like super obsessed with Electabuzz. And so he, watch, this is actually from the Electabuzz collection. But anyways, so yeah, no, homie would literally, or like the card was seriously so clean. Like it's one of the cleanest cards I've seen. And that's before I knew like grading and stuff. And so literally, I think it would have gone in PSA 10. Maybe I'm romanticizing it in my head, but I think it would have gone in PSA 10. I sold it for like $40 on eBay. Yeah, like 40. And it's like, if I would have known about grading, I could have gotten it graded and it could have gotten it at 10, and it's worth like $800 now. So that is a story that is deep in my soul, and I'm really, really hurt about it, honestly. But so yeah, so I just want you guys to know, because if you guys can understand grading, it goes back to condition, but if you can understand grading, it helps you understand the true potential of your cards. Like, it lets you know the true ultimate value of your cards. Like, a lot of people on eBay will bid, like when they bid, they're bidding on the potential of the card getting a certain grade. So they super double check the condition as best they can on the eBay listing, and like they want to get it graded, and that ups its value. So if you guys can tell like all those 10s and the super pristine cards, and then understand PSA and like BGS and what potential these cards have, it'll like help you cut a lot of lost money. It'll just help you come up, honestly. So yeah, that's my second tip. Yeah, no, both those skills are super important. Yeah, I have a notepad too, so I can run through it. But both the skills are super important to buying and selling, because you just need to know. You need to know condition, and then you need to know the true worth of a card when you account for grading. And so that's how you get good deals. That's how you sell your cards at good prices. And those are two super important ones. So let's see what's next. I thought I could organize cards while I talk, but this is actually really hard. So, because I thought it'd be cool to like, you know what I mean? Like flip through cards. But anyways, next one is paying too much. And so what I mean by paying too much is, I feel like, watch, we'll go to browser, is people pay or they buy cards without doing any research on them. And so what I mean by that is, I feel like people just go to eBay and they just buy it now, without actually searching for things and understanding the market. And so like they just you just buy, like, so I just want to go into that more, but it's like, you guys just got to look at sold listings. So if you guys don't already know, you just go to search, and we go to, I don't know, we'll go to Pokemon. Let's see what's going on. Pokemon. And we'll go to sold. Yeah, I emphasize this all the time in all my videos, but just look at sold, and that shows you. So if you look up like Charizard evolutions, maybe I like evolutions now. I think there's something up with that. But so you go to sold, this tells you how much people are paying for what. And so this goes back to this goes back to showing you understanding grading a little bit. It'll give you like a price perspective of certain graded cards. It honestly, looking at sold and researching the sold is literally a way to just like level up your game. But anyways, so yeah, guys, like, you just want to do your research before you buy things. Like, you just want to dig deep. And so I guess I'll just do a quick rundown of how I dig. Let me think. Sabrina's Espeon, yeah. And we'll go to sold. So then how I do it is, someone bought this for $30, yeah. And then we'll go here, and then I see how the condition is. That one's actually pretty clean. It's kind of hard to tell, but it looks kind of nice. So then I'm like, okay, so a pretty clean one goes for $30 on bid. And then what? This one went for 35. It won't let me click on the picture, but this one looks kind of jank. There's like some whitening here and right there and right there. But yeah, so $30 is like a cleanish near mint one. And then you can see all the 10s. And then so you just gain a perspective of the market before you make a purchase. And then so you just go from there. And what I honestly normally do is, when I want to buy something, I look it up for like forever. Like, I'm talking like a week or so, because you can see what's there. Sabrina's Espeon. Because if I bought stuff right now, there's one for 32, but it's probably not going to be clean, you know? Oh, it's not the worst, honestly. There's one for 20 by now. I wonder how that one's going to look. Oh, please be clean. I might buy this right now if it's clean. Oh, no, it's not clean at all. Yeah, but yeah, so now you know. Like, it just looking it up a few times gives you such a great perspective on the card. And so, yeah, the more and more you do it, the better and better you get at just noticing it. And then the more and more you learn about the specific card you're trying to get. And then too, like, auctions pop up. What happens is if you keep looking it up daily, auctions pop up and you find like a random side card, or like a random, like someone will just list it and you'll be like, oh, that's a crazy good deal, and you just cop, you know? And then also what starts happening is you start researching other things. Like, once, I don't know, like I'll look up Sabrina's Espeon and then I'm like, oh, this card's cool. Like, what other VS cards exist? You know what I mean? VS Pokemon Japanese. And then you just keep digging and digging and digging. And that's how you gain like the knowledge base and the understanding of the market. And that helps you get good prices. So yeah, I guess one example I really have is I bought this Klay Thompson card. Actually, I bought it for $150, and then Klay Thompson's now Prism PSA. But I thought about this card forever. I'm talking about, like, I thought about it for like ever. I literally hunted this card. I would just think about it randomly all the time, and then finally, like, let's see, sold. I got one for $150, and it's like really clean, and it's like pretty much everything I ever wanted from Klay Thompson. So $150, people are buying it for like $230, so I got like $80 off. This one's best offer accepted, so that means like someone, it was on bid and then someone threw out an offer, so that's actually not like the true price. But yeah, guys, so this one's $225. Like, I saved like $75 pretty much, which is crazy. And then it's like a 9. I'm pretty sure it'll at least get a 9. So a 9's going for like $400, and then a 10 is going for $1,000. It's just good to know the market. And yeah, look into 9s and 10s and give yourself a perspective, a bigger perspective of the range, you know? But yeah, that's pretty much it. Because yeah, it's easy to get caught up in your feelings and want to buy something, but when you're big brain, you just look it up and do your research forever. Because if you're patient, good prices will come, and then that's how it always happens, honestly. So yeah, basically with that lesson is just like learn what you're buying so you can understand what a good opportunity is, and then when the good opportunity happens, you can just buy it. You know what I mean? So that's that. What number are we on? 3? That was 3. So next one is number 4. How long have we been recording? 13 minutes? Dang, that's kind of crazy. But anyways, so next one is number 4 is ripping packs. Like and subscribe too if you guys are still there. You guys are the goats, honestly. If you guys made it to this point, heck, what was I gonna say? I don't know. You guys are goated. That's all I have to say. But thank you guys. I really do appreciate you guys a lot. Oh yeah, invest in waifus. Wait, where's my invest in waifus. That's my tip if you made it this far. Just kidding. But except not really. But next one is next tip. Yeah. Ripping packs. That one's gonna hurt some people, but ripping packs is honestly not the best financial decision. Ripping packs is really fun, but at the end of the day, spending your money on ripping packs trying to get a specific card is pretty much just gambling. If we're being real, you know? So just don't rip packs. Just kidding. But so here's my logic though. It's just basically, it's like if you only have $500 to spend and you spend $500 on packs, I mean, yeah, granted some packs have better odds than others and you might have better chances, like, but at the end of the day, you're just gambling on the attempt of trying to get a specific card, whether, like, opposed to the fact that if you spent that $500 on singles and you spent that $500 on what you want to have or own in your collection, is just the smarter financial decision at the end of the day. Because okay, yeah, I have this. I got this from Ludkin's website, apparently, but odds of pulling a shiny Charizard is 1 in 350. So just to have the average, this is just for the chance of getting a Charizard. So it's 350 packs at $4. That's $1,400. You could literally buy 3. You could buy 2 for sure. You could buy 2 shiny Charizards for that price. But instead, you would spend $1,400 for the chance of getting it. So that's my logic. At the end of the day, it is like the math bro side of me where it's like, yeah, dude, like, it's just better that way. And it is at the end of the day, but it's still fun. So I'm not like saying, yo, don't rip packs, because it's honestly so fun. Because I mean, I still rip packs, but I guess like where I learned, I used to only rip packs, so I had to kind of develop that muscle to like chill, as you can see, with all this random stuff. But yeah, I guess why I just bring that up is like I learned because when I first started, I spent thousands on cards. Like I'm talking like Hidden Fates came out, I spent like $2,000 on Hidden Fates, and I didn't get. I mean, I got a bunch of cool stuff, but I never got Charizard. I never got like, I got only 2 like evolutions. I never got any of the crazy stuff I wanted. If I would have spent $2,000, could have had Charizard, could have had all the evolutions, could have everything I wanted, you know? And it's like cool because it's like, yeah, you pull the card and it's like yours, but at the end of the day, it's not really worth it, because if I put that into Charizard, or like if I put that into just buying even the cards I wanted, I'd be chilling. If I put it into binders, it'd be a whole different story. If I put it into vintage cards, it'd be a different story. And even if I get the product sealed, it'd be a totally different story. But yeah, it'll always be tempting to test your luck, but typically it's never worth it. But heck it, treat yourself sometimes, rip some packs. Yeah, what else we got? That's 4, and then last one is not staying organized. That is number 5. Is like what I'm doing now is you just gotta stay on top of things. If you don't, it'll just get overwhelming, and that happened to me so many times because I would always buy bulk, and I don't know, I literally had like 10,000 cards of bulk, and I had to spend like 2 months organizing all of those cards. And that sucked. Like it just, and I kept adding more and more and more cards. So now I just try to stay on top of it. But yeah, that one's like an easy one. It just makes everything less daunting and less stressful. And then your collection is nice and organized, so you can find exactly what you want. And this helps you out in the future too, because there's always gonna be those cards that you want or that you think about, and you're like, yo, where are they? And if you, instead of having to dig through everything, you can just go, oh, nice, it's in this section here, or like I have this divider here, and it's, you know what I mean? So it just helps out your life a lot. That one's really, really chillin', but it's very rewarding and very nice, and it just makes you feel good. It makes you feel like a business bro, you know? And this applies to everything too. Like if you guys are selling stuff or like taking inventory, just do it. I know it's so annoying, but if you just run it the first couple times, you won't ever have, it won't ever feel like a crazy overbearing thing. It'll just be habit. And so I've been trying to do that. I have watched. Oh, I have to move these. I just put these in the piles. But I mean, I have a cool little organization system here. I'll show you guys really quick. Yeah, organizing cards while talking is not possible. So we'll do that another time. Maybe I'll do a live stream and just organize cards. That'd be kind of cool, honestly, if I just live stream and organize cards. I might start doing that. Let me know if you guys want me to do that. I don't know, I can just talk about random stuff while I organize. And then, I don't know, that'd be kind of fun, too, honestly. But yeah, so, here we got e-reader holos, we got first edition commons. What do we got here? We got first edition uncommons, we got first edition rares. It's just nice to be able to go through this box and know exactly what I want. We got Pikachus. What? Oh, here's the divider. But it's just nice being able to go through it and understand where everything is. So also too, getting a label maker is nice. Just labeling all your boxes and then dividing them up, and it just feels good. It'll save you a lot of time in the future. Your future self will definitely thank you. I don't know if you guys heard that, but your future self will definitely thank you. But yeah, that is it for me, for my 5 tips. Is this video long? I'm really sorry. Oh my god, it's 20 minutes long. But anyways, last tip. I have one more. It is a very good tip. I swear, it is like the most goated tip ever. The last bonus tip for you guys, since you guys made it to the end, is just go all in. When I say that, I don't mean go all in and buy 1 million Pokemon cards. I mean go all in on yourself. That sounds kind of corny, but I just bring it up because I was really hesitant about getting into Pokemon cards. And I was always like, oh, it's too expensive, or like, bruh, I don't have time. And even YouTube, I was like, oh, I have other things to do, or I was like kind of ashamed, like kind of embarrassed to do it. And I just had a lot of excuses. But at the end of the day, if it's something you love and it's something you enjoy doing and it's something you want to do, just run it. Just full send it. I'm very into the idea of just like, if you like something, you should just put all of your effort into it. Just go all in. Like I said though, don't spend money you don't have. But I'm saying, like, if you have $20 and you can spend it and you want to spend it on Pokemon cards, just do it. Because you can make the money back if you really want to, and you can earn back, like, you can even double it up if you're smart about it. I guess it's just because I was always on the fence about spending on Pokemon, because I'd like, throughout the years, I'd buy a couple packs and I'd be like, oh, like, it'd be fun to have 1 million Pokemon cards and like have all this crazy stuff, and I wanted a lot of Pokemon cards. And it's like back then, if I started 6 or 7 years ago, I'd have so many more Pokemon cards, and then I would have been here for this bubble and I could have balled out, you know? So it's just believe in yourself, you know? Because it's like, I finally committed and I put a lot of time and money into it, and I put a lot of time into finding the cards and buying them and all that stuff. And then I would budget my life. I created a budget for myself to spend on Pokemon cards, and I found avenues to make money back so I could spend it more on Pokemon cards. And at the end of the day, it's like, now I have a bunch of crazy stuff that I never thought I'd have. Like, I never thought I'd even have first edition cards, and now I have first edition cards. You know what I mean? I might even have a first edition holo base set coming in soon. It just kind of depends, but that's a whole nother situation. But anyways, so yeah, I guess honestly, that last tip just applies to everything. Like, dude, just do you and do what you want to do, and put time and money and effort into yourself, and it'll pay off. I know it's like scary. I'm not trying to get all motivational here, but I know it's like scary because it's like hard to put yourself out there and do something you really, really want to do and deal with the uncertainty of it. But it's like, at the end of the day, if you really, really want it, then you can make it happen. Like, you can literally be whatever you want to be and do whatever you want to do. So, like, I'm some random dude sitting in my room talking about Pokemon cards, and you know what I mean? Like, I've made like a grip off of Pokemon cards. I've made like thousands off of Pokemon cards, and I never thought that was even possible. And it's like, the only way I would be here, like, the only reason I'm here to begin with is because, you know what? I said I was down, and I bought $2,000 worth of Hidden Fates, and I learned how to recoup my money from that Hidden Fates, and I learned how to make decisions after that. So, and that was like only a year ago when Hidden Fates first dropped. So yeah, guys, those are my tips. Sorry the video was so long. I guess it kind of just be like that. But yeah, like and subscribe. I'm just gonna drop this video now. It's 2 in the morning, but who cares? I'll talk to you guys later, okay? If this one was too long, I don't know. Tell me what you guys feel about this video. I feel weird about it, but maybe I'm just overthinking it because it's late at night and I'm tired. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. All right, later.